Pony Fantasy V, Exodus of the Void by G. M. Blackjack. Chapter 5, Adrift. It was the middle of the night when Rainbow Dash came back to the ship, wings barely functioning from overuse. Rarity had long since headed to the below-deck beds, but Pinky and Applejack had waited up for her. "Did you find any sign of him?" Applejack asked. "No," Rainbow Dash said, sighing. Her eyes were red, and the tear streaks on her face were impossible to hide. "And there's nobody who can help us out here. The ship's already too far out for me to carry you back to shore." "You're in no condition to carry anything. You need rest," Applejack said. "Your crew loaded us with plenty of supplies. We'll be fine until we run aground somewhere. There may be no wind, but there are still currents." Pinky spoke up. "Yeah, Dashy, we'll be fine. And we'll get to Morphosis, and we'll save the water crystal, and we'll find Spike." She yawned. "Definitely." Rainbow Dash nodded, heading below. Applejack and Pinky followed. No one spoke for the rest of the night. They slept through the night and a large portion of the morning. Not many words were exchanged the first day. Every pony felt a little burnt out, with the obvious exception of Pinkie Pie, who was only remaining quiet because her friends didn't seem in the mood. Not much needed to be said. It wasn't until the third day that depression was beat out by boredom. "That's it!" Pinky called, throwing a random empty crate overboard. "I am more bored than a board on a pile of boards on Wednesday." Rainbow Dash let out a laugh, the first laugh that had graced the group's presence for 3 days. "Well, Pinks, what do you suggest?" We need a game." She reached into her mane and pulled out a chessboard. "Anyone know how to play chess?" Rarity raised a hoof. "Good! Teach me!" Applejack face-hooved at this. "Oh, of course, dear, but why do you have a chessboard when you don't know how to play?" "Amnesia, remember?" Pinky said, smacking her head. "I've got a better question," Applejack began. "Why do you have a chessboard if you're an alien?" "No idea," Pinky said, grinning. "Rarity, front and center, teach me the rules of chess." On the fourth day, it was undisputed that Pinky was queen of chess. And Go. And poker. And every other board game she pulled out of her mane. On the fifth day, Rarity, Applejack, and Rainbow Dash pooled their resources together to beat Pinky at poker. And still failed, despite the unfair advantage. "How do you do it?" Rainbow asked. "I mean, you have no memory. How do you play these so well?" "Alien superpowers!" "You need to stop asking her for explanations," Applejack muttered. "It only encourages her." On the sixth day, they all woke up at roughly the same time and said, "The ship isn't moving." They all poked their heads up over the side of the boat, looking for the source of the lack of movement. They found it quickly. They were leaned up against another ship, which was up against another one, and another one, and another. In the distance, they could see land. Rainbow Dash cursed. "I was afraid of this. All the currents in this sea lead to the same place, and with no wind, dozens of ships will just congregate in a ship graveyard. And ship graveyards are great places to find the undead, and nasty sea creatures love to prowl these areas for ponies just like us." Rarity shuddered. "Did you say the undead? Heavens, I'm not sure I'm prepared for something like that." Pinky rolled her eyes. "Silly Rarity, don't you know the undead are always hurt by healing magic?" Rarity's eyes sparkled. On the one hoof, uncouth and disgusting undead were going to try to eat her brains or something. On the other, she could actually deal out some damage. The 4 ponies crawled off Spike's saddle and stepped onto the next ship, which looked identical except it was cut in half. Rainbow Dash flew up higher. "I can see the shoreline. It's not all that far." We just have to make it over, 17 more ships, or so. Not that hard. Oh, that's marvelous, Rarity said, grinning. Maybe we can get by before anything notices we're here. Pinky Face hooped. You just jinxed us. What? At that moment, a skeletal pony jumped out of a crate and tried to bite Rarity's leg off. She screamed and shot a healing spell right at its chest, which caused it to explode in a shower of bone meal. Rarity didn't know she had destroyed it. She was cowering in a ball with her hooves over her eyes. Applejack sighed. Rarity. Is it gone, darling? Yes, you destroyed it. Rarity stood upright, blinking slowly. I did? Yup. Rarity felt elated and disgusted at the same time. She did not get to actually vocalize a response, for at that point, more skeletons, ghosts, and some giant golem thing arose from the ship, attacking. Here we go, Pinky sung, taking out 2 pistols. What in tarnation are those? Applejack asked. Pistols. Probably best if you don't ask questions, Pinky responded before shooting several zombies in the face with them. I need a shotgun, she muttered. Applejack just rolled her eyes as Rarity and Rainbow Dash used their magic to take care of the undead beasts. Less than half an hour later, all 4 of them were covered in undead goo, ectoplasm, and strange dust from those golem creatures. They had decided to take a rest inside one of the intact ships, and had turned some oddly dry rope into a fire. Pinky frowned. You know, I have the feeling like some sort of big reveal was supposed to happen right now. Oh? Applejack asked. Yeah, Pinky said, rubbing her chin. Dashy, do you have any major secrets you'd like to tell us? Rainbow Dash shrugged. When I was first found with Spike by the pirates, my coat was white? I don't know what you're asking for, Pinks. Not major enough, Pinky said, frowning. Something else. Maybe she's actually a stallion, Applejack suggested, chuckling. That doesn't even make any sense. Why would I pretend to be a mare? Rainbow Dash questioned. Applejack shrugged. I have no idea. Plus, it'd be hard to hide anyway. Your snout is too cute for a stallion's. This got Applejack a buck to the face. I deserved that, she muttered. You're right, you did, maggot. They all had a good laugh. Question, Rainbow said, looking at Rarity. Why are you still wearing that crown? And follow-up question, why is it upside down? Rarity glared. It's a fashion statement. And I figured that sometimes it helps to have a bit of royal authority. Now that I have you all to protect me, I shouldn't have to protect my identity. Translation. She just likes looking nice, Applejack said. Or likes thinking she looks nice. Hey, I'll have you know I'm ahead of the times. Right. Pinky ran over from a box she was investigating. Hey, guess what? I found a map that's been drawn on recently. Rainbow Dash examined the map. Huh. Well, if this X is recent, I'm willing to bet this is where we are. It says you are here, Dashy. Rainbow Dash glared. Pinks, thanks for stating the obvious. Anyway, it looks like we are in the Kingdom of Morphosis, though on the fringes. It'll be a long walk before we get to any town. Closest appears to be Carwale. Then we head along the main road to the Spire Hive, talk to the Queen, and save the Wind Crystal. So simple, Pinky giggled. Well, Rainbow Dash said, spreading her wings. My wings are nice and dry. Let's get to Carwale. Yeah! My heavens, I've never been so delighted to see land in my life. Rarity leapt off the plank of the ship and onto the beach. Sweet, sweet land! She flopped onto her back, letting out a deep sigh. I never thought I'd enjoy the feel of dirt. Applejack and Rainbow Dash exchanged glances before shrugging. The four mares all departed from the ship graveyard, taking in the feel of solid ground beneath their hooves once more. Applejack let out a relaxed sigh. At least that was over with. No more hordes of undead creatures. Then something caught her eye. A shimmering light appearing in front of them. It soon took the shape of an orange earth pony stallion with a large red apple for a cutie mark. He was wearing Applejack's hat. "Dad," Applejack said, a faraway look in her eyes. "Come home, Applejack," he said, beckoning. Applejack mindlessly walked towards him. "Hey, wait a minute, Applejack," Rainbow Dash called. "How do we know?" Then Rainbow Dash and Rarity saw something else. A shimmering light that took the form of Queen Luna. "My daughter," she said, "come closer." "Mother?" Rarity said, smile widening. "Oh, how good it is to see you." "Rarity?" Rainbow Dash asked, looking like she was trying to push something out of her mind. But she ended up following the white unicorn princess with a faraway look in her eyes. Then a light appeared in front of Pinkie, taking the form of a cutie markless filly. She had a light pink mane and a beautiful butter yellow coat. Her build was slightly taller than other fillies her age, and she shied away from Pinkie's eyes. She slowly looked up. "Mom?" she asked. Pinkie twitched, her mind exploding, trying to remember. This felt so right? But why was it right? Who was she looking at? Her daughter, obviously, but what was her name? What was her name? What was her name? Pinkie grabbed her head. "Ah! Stop repeating the same thought!" She rammed her muzzle into the ground, giving herself a headache. She whined, looking up slightly. Then she saw it. Behind the queen, the filly, and the stallion, an orange siren stood, her strange horse-fish body floating slightly above the ground. She looked closely at Pinkie. "Why do you resist? Come, be one with us. Your souls will be looked after with love." Pinkie stood upright and glared. "Hey! I am not giving you my soul, Grumpy Finn." The siren glared. "I am the great Adagio. How are you resisting my magic?" Pinkie giggled. "While I would love to cite alien powers, I think it's simply because I have amnesia. Can't remember who you're trying to show me. Sorry." "What?" Pinkie brought out her rubber hammer. "Hey everybody! See through her tricks!" Her three companions made no response to her voice, but they all shook out of it after Pinkie bopped them all on the head with the hammer. "Pinks!" Rainbow Dash yelled. "What was that for?" "Had to knock you out of the mind spell," Pinkie giggled. "Oh, thanks then." She glared at Adagio. "I'm going to gut you." "Good luck with that," Adagio yelled. "I am the great Adagio, and none will—" Then there was a sword sticking out of her chest. Applejack was on the other end, her face contorted in rage. Adagio fell to the ground, dead. Applejack breathed heavily, dropping and sheathing her sword. Wordlessly, she turned around and walked farther away from shore. The other three exchanged worried glances and followed after her. Applejack said nothing for the next few hours. So, apparently, in the original Final Fantasy V, the character Rainbow Dash is replacing, the pirate leader, was a girl pretending to be a man. And at this point, GM hasn't quite worked out being able to diverge from the source material by that far. Now, in this version, Rainbow Dash is not secretly a stallion. It was just a throwaway joke. But I am assured it does diverge further as we go on, about the time they get to the fire crystal. Anyway, chances are a decent portion, perhaps even all of you, except Blackjack himself, have never played Final Fantasy V. I know I haven't. I just played 10. But thank you for listening. I hope you have had a pleasant time, and I hope to see you again later. Goodbye, everyone.